What's going on, guys, and welcome to today's YouTube video. In today's video we are going to discuss the current state of Bitcoin, and I also want to discuss a trade idea that I shared in our VIP Discord on Avax, and I also shared the idea on Twitter and in my free Discord. We are going to discuss the trade setup that we took and the reasoning behind it, so it will be very educational. But before we do so, we will make sure that we are going to discuss the current state of Bitcoin and what I think will happen and can happen today and the upcoming days for the Bitcoin price. So first of all, we can see that Bitcoin yesterday saw a strong push towards the upside, in which afterwards it retested this key support and resistance area. We can see that in the past it has been the range highs over here, constantly price failed to close above, and every single time we saw this massive rejections for the Bitcoin price. Every single time. So it was the previous range high. Well, besides that, also over here acted as quick support, saw a push down, bearish retest, push down further. So we can see the importance of that area. Now over here we got a strong push above, retested the area of support, and we can see with these candlestick patterns over here that the price was trying to hold on to that area as support. So I opened a small scalp long position. I also shared the idea on Twitter. If I quickly remove my screen and I go to my profile, we can see yesterday before I went to sleep Bitcoin update, I told you guys that I would be very careful opening shorts here, but still quite undecided. Well, I told you that we were testing support, and always when we test support, I prefer to look for longs over shorts, which is why I took a small scalp long position. Didn't share it, it was a very small position, but it is playing out quite nicely, as you can see. Proof over here, nice little position, and I hope that today we can potentially squeeze higher. Quickly want to open the coin analyzer for you guys, and I use it to check the CVD indicator and check the open interest. Well, if I switch on the CVD indicator and if I switch on the open interest like this, let's remove the volume for a second, we can see something quite interesting, right? Because we can see that with this push towards the upside overnight, everyone that had their stops above this high got wrecked, right? Everyone that had the stops above this high got wrecked. But now we can see when price is pushing down again and the CVD indicator is pushing down again, that open interest is seeing a massive increase. What is this telling me? This is telling me that there's a lot of new position being opened, a lot of new money coming into the market. And personally, I think that the people that got squeezed out of their short positions over here are re-entering their short positions over here. And they are re-entering their short positions without any kind of confirmation. Do I see a break of structure? Let's go back to the current Bitcoin price. If I go on the lower time frames, do I see any type of break of structure over here? No, because the last low, which is this one that brought us towards a new high, hasn't been broken yet. I haven't seen any double sweeps. Yes, we swept this high, but I want to see a sweep of this high, then a break of structure, and that would be a valid short trigger. But we're not seeing anything like it, and still it looks like that potentially there are a lot of people jumping into short positions, which is making me very cautious. Yes, Bitcoin is near strong resistance. If we go back to the Bitcoin price, let's remove the other drawings from the chart for a little bit and let's get a clean chart going. We can see that Bitcoin currently is retesting a critical supply area over here. As we can see, critical supply coming into the market over here, right? So very big supply area for the Bitcoin price over here. We can see a little wick towards the upside, but in my opinion, without any type of confirmation, you shouldn't be jumping into shorts here. And why is that? That is because, yes, we saw a decent sweep of this high, but we didn't even sweep the liquidity above the high over here. So all of those people are still in their position, right? Now, we know that everyone that is shorting this resistance area over here, this supply area, where are they going to put their stop loss? Just take a moment to think about it. They're going to put their stop loss above this high or above this high. Now, both of these highs are a massive draw on liquidity in my opinion. In confluence with that CVD indicator declining and the open interest increasing massively, I think we have to be a little bit careful today on short positions on Bitcoin. I'm sitting very, very comfortable in my Bitcoin long, in my Ethereum long, and in my Avax long. Ethereum, we already trimmed some profits in our VIP channel, very nice profits, and all of the 3 positions have their stop loss at break even. I'm not looking to close them yet. I only move my stop loss to break even because yes, we are near resistance, so we can see rejection towards the downside, because we know we never want to open fresh long positions near resistance, and we never want to open fresh short positions near support. But I'm not willing to short here yet because of the reasoning that I just explained. Also over here we can see a big liquidity buildup of these highs. I think also these highs are quite a decent draw on liquidity. Well, on top of that, if I quickly remove the trend lines over here, we can also see that we have a flat hour 4 candlestick over here, right? No wick towards the upside before we saw the big drop off towards the downside. And that flat hour 4 candle is perfectly aligning with our previous high over here. So we don't only have a very big high that is a draw on liquidity, no, we have an hour 4 flat candlestick, which is forming an equal high with this high over here, which is an even bigger draw on liquidity. We can also see pressures definitely towards the upside with these higher lows over here. So we might see some kind of a push towards the upside today on a Friday, squeeze out those short positions before potentially seeing some more correction towards the downside. But we are still near resistance, like I told you. So be careful, don't open any fresh long positions over here, but also be very, very careful with opening any type of short positions without any type of confirmation. Now, let's go back on a 50-minute time frame. And let's say we get another push towards the upside, like this, in which we sweep the previous high, followed by a break of structure with momentum. Then we have our short trigger to short it on the lower high. This over here could be a nice short play, but we need much more confirmations in order to get that short into our position. And then we can target this liquidity buildup with the lows over here. These higher lows are also building up some liquidity. But without any type of confirmation, there's no reason that we can jump into shorts right now. So that is it for Bitcoin. That is what I'm watching for Bitcoin. Be quite careful. Open interest is very high, so I'm expecting quite a big move today. I think we also have some economic data coming out once again in the United States. So that is what I'm watching for Bitcoin. Sitting quite comfortable in my long positions, not looking to close them yet. Have my stops to break even. They're all risk-free. All the ideas I shared on Twitter, and obviously I share the exact entries, take profits and stop loss in our VIP Discord. Now let's move over to Avax and let's discuss this Avax setup that I shared with you guys on my Twitter yesterday. So yesterday morning, as you can see over here, Avax, nice shift in structure. As long as it holds the golden box, it looks good for continuation upwards. Told you guys before it even reached that golden box, and what can we see? It reached the golden box. If I remove this, this was the long setup that we took in our VIP Discord with the proof over here. Now let's explain this setup. First of all, we can see that Avax got a sweep of the low over here, in which we put in a massive wick. And we know, I always explain to you guys, these massive wicks over here are a massive draw on liquidity. Now, we pushed back towards that wick, right? So we got to push up. But like I said, this is a big draw on liquidity, and they usually at least get filled for 50%, and sometimes they get taken out completely. But this move towards the upside couldn't be trusted because of that big wick. So what happens? Market makers push the price back down towards a draw on liquidity, and we got a very, very nice 3-drive pattern. First sweep, and over here we got our second sweep. So what happens is first drive, second drive, third drive into the support, into the liquidity wick over here, right? So beautiful, beautiful example of a very nice 3-drive pattern. That third drive was followed by a bounce towards the upside with a lot of momentum, right? This is what we call momentum. This is a vertical bounce towards the upside, and that bounce towards the upside created a break of structure. The break of structure was over here. Very nice break of structure with some very, very nice displacement. Now, I can already see that we had our sell-side liquidity over here on the 50-minute time frame. It's probably better visible. As you can see, sell-side liquidity below that wick. So I knew I was only going to be interested in potential longs as soon as we take out that sell side liquidity? Well, we went from swing low to swing high. What can we see? That our premium and discount over here was exactly aligning with our sell side liquidity over here. That is exactly what you want to see. You want to see your discount just below the sell side liquidity for a potential long entry. You want to see your premium just above your buy side liquidity for a potential short entry. Now, on top of that, we also, if we go onto the monthly time frame over here, and we take our February low, which we know those monthly lows and highs are always key levels. So our Feb low over here, if we go back on a 1 hourly time frame, what can we see? That February low was also aligning perfectly with our discount. And that was our first entry point. We base our entry point on that premium and discount on that February low, which should act as very, very strong support. Okay? And what happens is the price gets attracted to the discount. We entered a long position, got filled, price holded that February low beautifully, and now we are seeing our push towards the upside. Take profit targets are very clear. First take profit target is at the previous high over here, in which I think there's a lot of liquidity resting above. We also have an unfilled imbalance above that high over here. Second take profit target is at this high over here, and our third take profit target is at this massive fair value gap opening over here, where we have our 4 fair value gap, where we have a daily fair value gap, and also in a 1 hourly time frame, a massive unfilled fair value gap. So potentially, if we reach the final take profit target, looking at a massive 7 RR trade based on just the first entry point. Like I said, also on Avax, we moved our stops to break even because Bitcoin is near resistance, but not taking profit just because I think Bitcoin might squeeze higher, which should also drag the Avax price with it. Okay, so that is what I'm currently looking at for Avax. Very, very clean setup, beautiful fill, beautiful bounce. Also shared for free in our free Discord and on my Twitter page, like I showed you guys. And that is the way that I'm looking at these potential positions. Fill the draw on liquidity, create a break of structure with momentum after a nice liquidity sweep, and then you have your entry trigger as long as you have that inducement that sells the liquidity. As soon as that gets swept in confluence with some fit levels, with some EMAs, with some monthly key levels, which you can base your entry points on. Take profits at the draws on liquidity, and you are good to go. You're good to profit from your setup. If you guys do have any questions after watching this video, and if you do have any questions about this Avax long setup, about the Bitcoin analysis, or maybe about anything else, make sure to ask me in the comments, or make sure to drop a follow on my Twitter page, or to join our free Discord, and you can ask us all of the questions that you have over there. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on Monday's video. Ciao, ciao.